Yo, 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 welcome to the A&B Mobcast. It's your boy AD.
It's your boy Bruce, and we back at it. How you feeling, my boy?
Good, good. Woke up, hit the gym this morning. Not a 3-hour workout, but I got it in.
Life treating you all right?
Yeah, Gucci.
I'm being like you today. This is my first time with a hat on. I done had a do-rag on before, first time with a hat, but we outside, nigga. We outside. Talk to me.
Yeah, this is my, shout out to well respected, you know what I'm saying? Well respected brand. Got the hats
Talk,
going.
talk your shit. This is just a FAMU hat. Matter of fact, this is actually what his name is, one of our Neos hat. That had we had him on the pod too. Damn, fucking name slipping me. The Neos that purses and shit.
You talking about EJ? He said EJ. It's the bag collection, man. Shout out to the bag collection.
Shout out to Ida. That nigga name was slipping me. What's popping with you, man? We got a lot going on in the world right now, bro. You want to start with sports?
We can start with sports. We can start with football.
Let's start with football, man. There's been a lot going on, man. You've been keeping up with the big trades that all this happened in one day too. You had Myles Garrett traded to the
crazy.
Rams. Who else? I think OBJ got signed. Jared Verse was the who Cleveland Brown got from Myles Garrett. Something else happened too.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, yep.
And
What's your thoughts on
Russell Wilson retired. Who you think won that trade with Cleveland? Myles Garrett just broke the record last year with the sacks in a season, but I mean, that's one person. If you get a Jared Verse, and then they got some draft picks.
Yeah, that's a good question. When you say one, how you define winning?
Like what team will be in a better position next year with the trade is what I define.
Immediately, LA won that trade immediately. Long term, I think Cleveland Brown won that trade because Cleveland Brown essentially traded a 30-year-old Myles Garrett for like a 22, 23, 24-year-old Jared Verse. So they're getting some more youth out of him. So I think long-term Cleveland won it. Short-term LA won the trade. But LA has been known to actually like doing big trades and actually winning. Like when they traded Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford, we saw how Jared Goff turned the Lions organization around long-term, but Matthew Stafford won it the very next year. You see what I'm saying?
So for Jared Verse, they got for him they got Jared Verse in addition to 2027 first round draft pick, 2028 second round pick, and a 2029 third round pick.
Yeah. And that's what same thing we saw with the Lions. Like you got to keep in mind when Lions traded for Matthew Stafford, they had got a few picks with that. Out of those picks, they had Amon-Ra St. Brown, they had Jahmyr Gibbs, and they had Williams, that number one, that wide receiver. Those are the three picks that they got, plus Jared Goff, which single-handedly turned that organization around.
So yeah, I guess like you said, next couple of years it'll be depending on who coming up, what's coming out in the draft, and again, Cleveland. I think they needed something on their offense, if you ask me. I mean,
what do you think that offense is missing, man? You got somebody like Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver. You have that one Judkins.
Number 44 was good. Yeah, Judkins.
Judkins is your running back, and you got an up and coming tight end, which they believe in him enough to trade that tight end out of Miami. They trade him away in Joker.
So the quarterback, they said Deshaun and Sanders, Shador, they fighting for the spot. Or you think Deshaun got he in the lead right now?
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about before, I think with Deshaun Watson, it's like they paid for a Ferrari that's been in the garage forever, man. They definitely gonna take that Ferrari and test drive it. So I think Deshaun Watson is at least gonna get the start for at least 6 games. Like I said, he's entering the final year of his contract. They really ain't got no use out of him, and they've been paying him all this money.
What with the car analogy? What kind of car would you say Shador is?
Shador is a Bentley, G. Don't get me wrong. He still got the same horsepower, but he also got the bells and whistles. You feel me? Shador, you ain't see this thing that came out? Like, he had the highest jersey sales in the history or whatever. Like, you see what I'm saying? That matters, bro. That's another thing with, I don't want to switch sports, but the topic I do want to keep consistent. Same thing with Bronny James. Bronny James is not giving you the kind of production that you need on the basketball court, but he's still good for business. Bronny
Yeah.
James jerseys is probably selling more than Luka jerseys in LA right now. You see what I'm
Don't
saying?
yeah, don't push it, but yeah, I got you. I get what you're going.
I'm not even pushing it. I ask ChatGPT. I wouldn't be surprised if Bronny James made more jersey sales than Luka this year. I wouldn't be surprised.
So you think it's Bron, then Bronny, then Luca?
I don't even think Braun got Bronny this year. I think Bronny had most of the jersey sales this year, bro.
Nah,
So he's still good for business because the organization is gonna make money off the jersey sales, even if he's sitting on the bench.
I don't think LeBron gonna be there too much longer. If they trying to free up some space and actually win.
Yeah, they talking about LeBron
Austin
going back to
Reeves
Cleveland
oh
again.
yeah, that's another. Well, we gonna switch to basketball, but let's table. Austin Reeves asked for 240 million, 250 million.
You think he worth it?
You ain't see that?
I didn't see that, but you think he worth it though?
I mean, behind who? He third, right? Wouldn't it be Braun, Luca, then him, or who? I mean,
I think he's a second option, bro. I think Braun the third option of that team.
yeah, but I'm saying as far as who you got to pay for who they are, bro. You don't have no money to pay him that. Luca got the big contract.
Yeah, I mean, from a cap space perspective, it ain't gonna happen. But that's not his problem.
No, that's real. But I don't think I don't think he can go. For what he did, you know how you build where you at, right? He been snapping for the Lakers the last couple years, and I said we weren't gonna switch to basketball, but while we on it, I don't think he can go anywhere else and be like, hey, pay me $250. Like, I'm sure there are teams that's like he could be that guy, but like they probably ain't gonna win because of him being that guy.
No, man. Ask Jalen Brunson. You got to keep in mind.
He was already him, nigga. He was at the Mavs. You know, I'm a Maverick. We got rid of him for Kyrie, but then we ended up going to the championship.
One thing I'm not going to do is compare Austin Reeves to Jalen Brunson, but one thing I'm also going to do is compare Austin Reeves to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, when he was on the Cavs, he was playing with...
You mean the Mavs? Yeah.
On the Mavs. He was playing with Porzingis. He was playing with Luka. Like, he was like option 3.
And he was making, I thought he was paying him 110 or something. Well, he left to go to New York for like 100 and something.
I think he was still averaging between like 8 and about 15 points a game.
He was nice, bro, but I couldn't even lie to trade him for Kyrie. I mean,
then you trade him, and in trading him,
he becomes
the number one option
at New York.
He becomes the number one option in New York, and now he's averaging like what 27, 28. You see what I'm saying? And I say all that to going. But
then we went to the finals too. So
going back to Reeves,
yeah,
Reeves is averaging same thing we probably seen Brunson average when he was with the Mavs. If he gets his own team and they build around him, ain't no telling what Reeves could really do. You feel me? Like Reeves, he's cold. Like he's not afraid of the big shots. He's been showing up. He's been playing in the big market. So like he already has that.
Hasn't he been injured lately?
Mentality.
Hasn't he been injured lately?
Nah, not that
I feel
I've
like
seen.
he gotta go get his money. But nah, you ain't wrong for asking what you want to ask for. Don't get me wrong there. But
somebody will give it to him.
I don't know. We'll have to see where the chips fall. Like what team out there will want to pay him that? Because sometimes it's the system, bro. You fit good with LeBron. You fit good with Anthony Davis. Like you fit good with certain players around you. Kind of like Draymond. You think Draymond could demand the money he getting at the Warriors somewhere else?
I feel you. But there's some teams that just need a dominant piece that can get a bucket, like the Utah Jazz. But if you ain't got the people around you to... But you're going to have some young teams, though. It's like, bro, we're looking at the Spurs right now in the finals against the Knicks. First of all, everybody can agree the Spurs is here above what anybody predicted them to be here.
Well, I mean, not when you got Wemby.
But people didn't think Spurs were a final team now. People were saying, yeah, Spurs will be a final team in the next 2 years, but they're above schedule. They're ahead of schedule based on everybody's prediction.
Okay.
But I say all that to say, when you got to do like Wemby that you could build around, get a whole bunch of good role players, and you landing all these picks in the draft, like ain't no telling what the ceiling is. And I think like Jazz got a lot of big picks upcoming. And I think if you put an Austin Reeves on the Utah Jazz and just build in the draft, ain't no telling where the Utah Jazz might be 4 or 5 years from now.
All right, well then stand in the NBA. since we can't get away from it, bro. Looks like my prediction is going to be wrong. I'll be the first to admit. I said whoever came out of the West would win. I was kind of skeptical.
We both said that.
I was kind of skeptical because, like, I also said, like, New York Knicks, this might be their year because they've been to 3 conference finals, and this sometimes it's the year when you get over the hump. They come from the winning culture. Villanova, I talked about 2 national championships in college, so they know how to win. And I said if the Spurs lose, it'll be because of experience, which I think is happening. So, yeah, man, 2-0. They captured 2 games in San Antonio. Hi, what's your thoughts?
Man, I'm with you, man. I think we both predicted the West was gonna take it because the East was too weak. But if you were to tell me that the New York Knicks is on the verge of sweeping their 3rd straight team,
Bruh.
I'd have been like, you on some serious drugs. I would have said that would have been my response to you. Like, the Knicks are looking good, bro. They're looking good. And they've already, like, they faced growing pains too. Like, they didn't take no shortcuts. You got to keep in mind, Knicks last year they got kicked out the Eastern Conference Final by Indy. The year before that, they got kicked out right before the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, so every year they made one more step. So, like, they put their time in. They wasn't cutting corners or nothing. Like, they dealt with the growing pains to get here, and they're dominating now that they're here. Like, I'm surprised to see how the Knicks are showing up.
Listen,
right now.
And we talked about matchups. I think OKC would have matched up better against the Knicks because, like, Shea gonna go do him, and then, you know, their role players will come through, you know, and things like that. So it's just like, it just shows that if Wemby don't go for 30, 40, bro, it's because I think that was you that said top to bottom Knicks got a better roster, right? And then Spurs got a good starting 5. They got Harper coming off the bench, but top to bottom Knicks just got a better roster.
Yeah, they got a better bench. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, so yeah, man, Knicks, this might be their year, bro. This might be their year. They come from a winning culture, bro. I think Jalen Brunson won like 3-4 state titles in high school, 2 national championships in college, USA gold, as a, you know, 18 and under, you know, world gold. He just know how to win, bro. Like, he the smallest one out there. Like,
he a dog, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it in my lifetime where a guard, like a true guard. I don't think Jalen Brunson is more than 6'4". I've never seen a true guard take a team to the finals and win it. Like, I can, like, the only other person I can really think of is Dwayne Wade. Like, but then again, Dwayne Wade, Shaq was on the team, right? Like, you know, we could argue that Dwayne Wade's team, but he had a strong 1A. You see what I'm saying? When you talk about the New York Knicks, it's Jalen Brunson and a whole bunch of role players. You see what I'm saying? So, like, Jalen Brunson is legit leading that team.
They say he's 6'2".
Yeah. He's. Yeah, I didn't think somebody that small, can lead them to a championship.
But I know his role play. Like, you got Miles Bridges who gonna, you know, do his lane here and there. Even though him and Josh Hart
had inconsistent, bro.
But they had a bad game 1 when Jalen Brunson had to bring it back and win it in the 4th quarter. But, you know, Josh Hart, I think, had less than 10 points. Miles Bridges the same. Like, he had to hold it down. But, you know, his role players gonna come through some of the time, and that's when, like, the Spurs, they had to get this one at home, bro. Bro, if the Knicks sweep, bro, if the sweep, bro, they might go down in history, bro. And these New York fans different, bro. These New York fans, bro. If New York win the championship, bro, you got Stephen A. Smith. You got, bro, this New York junk gonna be crazy, bro. I don't even want to hear it, bro.
A regular season Knicks game, just watching it from TV, feels like a playoff game. So a playoff game feels like the World Cup. Bro, now you talking about a finals game? We're gonna feel what a finals game feel like. That's probably gonna feel like the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying?
Spike Lee, Tracy Morgan, them courtside fans, bro, that's been for years supporting their team. Bruh.
I read something like the cheapest tickets was like $6,500 just to get in the building.
Yeah, I think like $5. I think I saw it at first. I
also saw Donald Trump say he was gonna be at the game. You see what I'm saying?
He want to be there. That's crazy.
So yeah, this is a moment in history, bro. Like I'm
Yeah,
happy for the Knicks, bro. I can't say I have
I
any
like
true
Jalen
basketball
Brunson.
team. I can't say I have any true basketball team, but I respect the Knicks in the process that they went through. Like I said, they lost before the Eastern Conference Finals the year before last. They lost in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and here they are finally in the finals, and they're proving that they belong here. So
I still think if J Dub wasn't injured in OKC, I think OKC would have repeated, bro.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I
Bruh.
was on board with that thought process, but at some point, the Knicks forced me to respect them, bro.
Nah, bro. I mean matchup wise, because when they 0-2 versus OKC, but they was 1-1 versus the Spurs.
But how many times have we said that, bro? At some point, we have to recognize that we bugging. Like we said that with
No, no, I'm
we
saying
said that with 76ers.
no. What
That
no
that
what?
was an even matchup against 76ers.
Bro, I knew they was gonna lose. I'm saying if OKC had made it to the finals this year is what I'm saying.
But once again, we talking about matchups, right? So with the 76ers, I thought they were pretty evenly matched against the Knicks.
Nah, we 76ers
with the
barely
Cleveland
got by in the round before. Yeah,
with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I didn't think they were that far matched
yeah.
from the Knicks. At some point, we got to be like, forget who's healthy on OKC. How the Knicks playing right now?
No, for sure. But I'm saying like, yeah, they are playing good, bro. They are playing good, but what I'm saying is the matchup I think would have been better. That's all. But like the Spurs, they done for. People talking about a sweep.
It's looking like that only because
I don't think
I
Wemby gonna let
know
nothing
that,
sweep, bro. 4-1, 4-2. I don't think Wemby gonna let them sweep, bro.
bro. Only because I know what that energy is gonna be like
And yeah, if
at
they get
MSG,
game 3,
bro. It's a wrap. I don't even think
they gotta win it in New York though. Like they gotta either win in 4 or win in 6.
Do you see him taking 2 games in New York?
Nah, I don't.
That's not happening, bro.
Yeah, but then I mean, I'm just saying it'll be good. It'll be fun to watch them win in New York. So if the Spurs sneak one in New York, and then New York win game like 4 or 5 or whatever, or 3 and 5, then they gonna have to celebrate in San Antonio. No, the city gonna be turned up. New York crazy, bro.
These dudes, man, the downfall, bro, is like just analyzing the game, bro, without observe game 1 and 2. The downfall is simply like these dudes falling in love with the 3-pointer, bro. Like these dudes be shooting horrible from 3 and they still letting it ride. And
it's
turnovers
I get it. Too. Turnovers too, bro. Turnovers the biggest thing,
bro. Take the ball to the basket. New York only have like 2 real big men, right? They have dude that broke his finger, I forget his name, and Cat.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like those are their 2 real big men. Attack the basket, get these guys in foul trouble, and then roll and play the rest of the game through Wemby inside the paint. Like these dudes are just falling in love with the 3-pointer, bro. Like what they doing? What y'all doing?
Yeah, look like Harper had 15. De'Aaron Fox had 20 this game. Wemby had 29. And Castle had 14, Vassell had 14. So like I don't know, bro. They just and let me see about these turnovers.
And they had a chance to win. Like Wemby had a good look.
Yeah.
He had a good look. Last second shot. Real good look. He had a chance
12,
to win. He just missed
13,
it.
14, 15, 16. Like they had like 16 turnovers, bro. They turned the ball over a lot. And then when Wemby grabbed the rebound and tried to pass it out to Castle, and Castle turned his back, and that's when Jalen Brunson got that steal and then got fouled.
Yeah,
bro, that right there.
That was the icing on the cake.
That was it, bro.
But to me, that's chemistry, bro. That's team chemistry. I don't even attribute that to pressure. That's just the chemistry. You see what I'm saying? I think Wemby, game 1, Wemby brought the ball up court the majority of the time, it felt like, at least optically. So he probably just thought that. Like he was bringing the ball up court, in my opinion, way too much in game 1. So the chemistry behind that is like Castle probably thought he was going to bring the ball up court, especially if, I mean, you're talking about one last possession. No other person was going to take that shot but Wemby. So he probably just thought he was going to bring it up court and pull.
I mean, that's true too. I don't know what Wemby was thinking. How can you outlet the ball with somebody going to the corner at that? When you outlet the ball, somebody's supposed to be moving to the middle so they can see the both sides of the court. But he going dead to the corner. And then Jalen Brunson short self sneaked right there, stopped, saw it, and stole the ball and got fouled. So
won the game at the
it was
free throw
crazy
line.
because when him and Fox got into it, you seen Jalen Brunson daddy lead the bench and come up.
Yeah.
Hey, that's kind of fire though to be coaching your son in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
On the staff,
They say the reason why he's on the staff is because Jalen Brunson balling. I mean, you got to keep the superstar happy. If that means making his dad one of the assistant coaches or whatever the case may be, that's what you got to do. I'm surprised they didn't promote his dad to head coach after they fired Tim Thibodeau.
I'm gonna be happy for Mike Brown though.
Last year, huh?
I'm gonna be happy for the head coach,
Mike Brown.
Yeah, because what he did all them years in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think at some point Mike Brown was getting paid by like 3 teams though. Because when they fire you and you still under contract, they still owe you. I think Sacramento Kings. I think 3 different teams was paying him at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm be happy for him too, man. Mike Brown, I don't even think he's been a champion. So I'm be happy for him too, man. It's long.
Most people have been as like assistants on the staff. I'd be curious to know. I'm sure he have.
But that nigga inherited that team, bro. I'm putting his championship
with Golden State
right there with Steve Kerr.
Oh, okay.
Hey, listen. People gonna come at me for this, but I gotta say it anyways.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson built Golden State. Any real basketball fan know that. Steve Kerr inherited Golden State, and essentially he was able to get 4-5 chips for them out of those guys. Same thing with, these dudes. Like if these dudes continue taking pay cuts and this team stay together, Mike Brown can get 2-3 championships out of the Knicks right now.
So some interesting stats about game 1 NBA Finals was it said it averaged nearly 17 million viewers, which is 90% up from last year's game opener in the 2025 Finals.
We said that though. All that to the Knicks fans.
That though. What Nick said was, and Wemby. Wemby got his fan base too.
It ain't like the Knicks fan base.
I ain't saying. Yeah, definitely the Knicks. But what I'm saying is, Wemby also is a
contributor,
household
to that.
name. Yeah. But most majority will probably be the Knicks fans, bro.
Yeah, I think last year when you saw the viewership, it's really based on true basketball fans, people who just love basketball. Because both OKC and Indiana, 2 small markets, and it wasn't really good for basketball. San Antonio and the Knicks, you talking about San Antonio is a championship market. That's the only pro team in San Antonio. And New York is New York, bro.
Yeah.
So I can see why the viewership went up 90%.
They say it's the most watched game since the 2018 finals when Cleveland and Golden State faced off in the title round. So 2018, bro.
I believe that.
That's what's up. So what's your predictions on game 3? In New York, fans gonna be crazy. Monday night, who you got?
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I was on I was on the same thing you was on as far as ain't no way somebody on the East can win the chip based on how strong the West is. But now I'm on the total opposite side. I think Knicks gonna sweep them.
What do we talk about? When you play so tough in the West, the games go to the wire to where like you exert a lot of energy, bro.
You think that's what we seeing right now?
So I'm not gonna attribute it to that because I don't want to take away anything from the Knicks. But bro, they went 7 games and had to come back and win at an away. The Knicks done had 2 sweeps, been chilling. So like, bro, but them 2 rounds in the West, like you had to go, bro. Like. So I don't know. I ain't gonna say they tired. They had few days to get rest and and you had a home game which was at your advantage at that. So it ain't really making no excuses, but like, how real does that play a part?
I mean, it does, man. And hearing you talk, it just makes it even more crazy to think about that the toughest series that the Knicks have played so far was the very first series against Atlanta. Technically, that was their toughest series.
Correct.
like they've literally steamrolled all other competition. That sounds crazy to say.
But a sweep is 2 home, 2 away. 2 home, 2 away, bro. Like, and then they just took 2 away. They know they're gonna win in the Garden.
About like these last 2 games. Well, first game they won by 10, but obviously the game slipped away last 2 minutes. But the other wins that we're talking about that went along with the sweeps, Knicks was winning by like
bro.
15,
Beating
20
them, blowing them.
plus,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
blowing them out.
yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So we're not talking about just a sweep. We talking about like these were gentlemen sweep. Like it was easy work.
yeah. They won 130-93 in the last game against Cleveland.
Yeah, it's like they were like it was crazy.
Let me see. The Spurs won 4-1, 4-2, and then 4-3. So the Spurs rounds got harder each
Yeah.
round, and the Knicks got easier. Like,
Crazy.
so I don't know. So, but for me, I don't want to go. I gotta change because the Knicks gonna win, but I just feel like they'll get one in New York, bro. I don't know if it will have a sweep in the finals, bro.
But I don't even think you talking about being tired, bro. I don't even think those New Yorkers gonna let them sleep at the hotel, bro.
I think, all right, if the Knicks jump out game 3 home and win, I think Spurs take game 4.
And it's hard to even argue against that because the games have been that close. Like it has been that close. Even the 10-point game,
yeah.
10-point loss. Once
Spurs
again,
led
it
the
slipped
whole game.
away
Yeah.
last minute or so. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We're talking about games slipped away via free throws, via like last minute fast break outlets. But it like the score don't really tell the pace of the game.
I think it's more pressure on you when you play home, bro. Like, it was pressure on the Spurs to get game 2 after they lost game 1. Like, it was so much pressure. And now, I think that bubble done been burst, bro. Like, I don't think there's no hope to win the championship, but they have to get a game, bro.
Yeah.
They have to get a game, bro.
I'm with you. I don't think Wemby gonna go out like that, but at the same time, it's like
everything had to fall into place for the Knicks to win.
New York looking
last night.
Crazy good right now, bro.
Yeah.
New York looking like them right now. Like, and the other thing is, what kind of respect? Let's say New York does pull it off, win the chip. Like, what kind of respect do you think these players get? Because even last year, it was a big deal when we learned that they named streets after these players just for getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Bro, in certain markets, it's like that, bro. Like, if the Knicks win this year, bro, we're going to hear from Knicks fans next 50 years, bro.
They probably going to build a Jalen Brunson statue next weekend.
Bro, Times Square, bro. All right, so speaking of that, Jalen Brunson is the biggest name in New York right now. He's the guy. So no Cat, no Josh Hart, no Miles. It's everything Brunson.
Everything Brunson. And he's so, even like,
Miles,
bro, Jalen Brunson is nice, bro. Like, I didn't realize how nice he is until I was watching the playoffs.
Bro, I watched just like you said, Villanova. I knew this was Villanova.
Just like you said, J-Dub, you didn't realize how good J-Dub was until you realized how good J-Dub. I had that feeling against Jalen Brunson, bro. Because my thing is like, he is so clutch, bro. Like, he's the definition of clutch. Like, even like yesterday, I think he took 18 shots, bro. He took 18 shots.
He don't turn the ball over, nothing, bro.
But when it matters, he was hitting those fadeaways. He was, taking the ball to the basket. He hit clutch free throws. Even the game before that. Like, he didn't have a great game, but when it matters, he was making the shots that counted. And to me, that's the epitome of a good basketball player, bro. Can he show up in the clutch?
He finna get that New York money in a couple years. Once that whatever contract he on, once it in, ooh, woo.
But you got to keep in mind, that was the big thing too, though. I remember Carmelo Anthony had commented on that. They gave him a super max offer, and he declined it just to take less money to allow these Villanova boys to come. Because he's like, yo, if I take all this money, they're not going to be able to build a team around me.
Yeah, that's a good man.
He took, I think he took like $100 million pay cut or whatever the case may be, just to get his boys to come in and play. And now, shit, they're going to have to pull a Kawhi Leonard, pay him through a landscaping company or something.
Listen, this might have to be the first, NBA NIL. Like, Spike Lee, all these famous people, all y'all going to have to put y'all bread together to pay these boys to stay.
And pay Jalen Brunson. Yeah. Because after this,
Jalen getting his bread.
Yeah. Nah, they deserve all the praise that they're getting right now, man. These guys are playing good basketball.
Bro, they just winning culture, bro. Think about it, bro. 2 national championships in college. Bro, how many college it is? You know how many of the same few teams win national championships, bro?
Yeah.
2, and then you finna win it. Yeah, he'll go down. Hall of Famers. They gotta start. Yeah, they gotta start getting ready for some Hall of Fame talks.
So let me ask you this. Let's go back to the Mike Brown thing. You just broke it down so eloquently, right? So how much credit are we really giving Mike Brown? Like, if he inherited a team this damn good, are we really giving Mike Brown credit, bro?
What the thing is, what be happening is like, you can always say some what ifs, right? If the same coach would have stayed, would they have gotten here? Or
Yes.
is it just not? Well, I mean, so is that the same to say with Golden State?
Yes.
All right.
Statistically, it has been proven. Tom Thibodeau inherited this team that never made the playoffs. He got them to the playoffs. They got knocked out in the first round. He took them back to the playoffs. They got knocked out in the second round. He took them back to the playoffs. They got knocked out in the third round. So it was just a matter of the stepping stone. You see what I'm saying? Tim Thibodeau, every single year Tim Thibodeau was the head coach, they were one round better in the playoffs. So to ask, would they have made it to the finals with Thibodeau? It's easy to say yeah, because facts tell us Thibodeau got him one round closer every single year.
I hear what you're saying. I mean, but Mike, I guess what I'm saying is you can't bring in like no mediocre coach. Like sometimes, like, all right, they built this. Can we maintain or go ahead and win it? You know, you seen what happened with Alabama. Nick Saban left. This guy come in, and they ain't even talked about like that no more. Like he couldn't even maintain what was already built.
But I think it's very different because a lot of college is very different. It's hard to compare college to the pros because college, the name of the coach matters, right? Because that's tied into recruitment. Like, imagine how many people would commit to a school, didn't hear about this coaching change in the offseason, and they decommit.
But what I'm saying is the system as far as the setup. Like, some players in the NBA don't want to play for certain coaches, don't want to go to certain franchises, or don't want to go to certain owners. You know what I'm saying? Now that these professional players have podcasts now, a lot of that stuff come out. Like they really very vocal now. Like, nah, I ain't want to be in this building. Nah, that GM suck. Like they ain't like me. You know, like all that stuff coming out. But I get what you're saying. I mean, it's different levels of college and NFL, so that probably wasn't the best example. But what I'm saying is like, it can always be worse. A coach can come in and they can start from shits, you know, and then they, you know, but he kept the team together. The team still has to, you know, buy in to the new coach. And, you know, sometimes the head coach may change, but the staff is still the same. So, like, how much do we give credit to the assistant coaches? You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Like, it's just probably like a winning culture that they're trying to build.
I attribute all this to chemistry. I just think
these
with them guys
boys,
just because I mean, even from a coaching perspective, and I don't know how true this is, but based on how I observe basketball, I think the only time coaches really come into play is when they're drawing up out of balance plays, drawing up a play to win the game.
You say
drawing up the first 3 plays of the game. Like
coaches ain't shit. They just subbing out. Somebody tired, sub them in, sub them out, bro.
That's the only thing. Once again, I'm just looking from a viewer perspective, bro. When I'm watching basketball, it look like these dudes roll the ball on the court and play just based on pure talent. A lot of it is fast break. A lot of this is just cutting, slashing, getting open.
Say LeBron coaching the Lakers, so it didn't matter who they brought in. He was coaching the Lakers.
It just feels like the team with the best chemistry is always in a better position to win. You see what I'm saying? But I don't see much like coaching strategy when I'm watching it until like the game matters. You see what I'm saying? Like I see like a coach like drawing up a play when they need a bucket before halftime or when they need a bucket to win the game. But outside of that, I don't see too much coaching.
Cleveland ain't had no coaching. Philly ain't had no coaching, bro. They literally just with Philly Max, what his name? He brought the ball down.
Tyrese
Maxey brought the ball down, and everybody just stood to the side. And then when Joel Embiid came back, you find him like they didn't even run plays. Cleveland, James Harden get the ball or Donovan Mitchell, bro. It's no plays, bro. They just trying to get a bucket, bro. Like the Knicks actually run plays, like pass, cut, pass, shoot to the lane, pass, cut, and then a shot is available. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So To your point, they're professionals, bro. They know what to do out there to
Yeah.
kind of do it,
And
bro.
that's what it looks like to me. It don't look like people are running plays. I think people are setting picks and they're cutting off picks, or people are rebounding and just sprinting. Like it just feel like it's a game of chemistry more than it's a game of X's and O's. Like I would say coaching matters in football because that's all it is. You
Yeah,
gotta
you got
set,
to
like you
everything.
gotta set people.
Every defensive call, yeah, put them in the right spot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
football coaching does matter. Football is a game of chess. I would say coaching absolutely matters. But if I'm watching basketball, it don't look like
That's a
the
good.
best coach wins.
That's a good topic. I'd be interested to see what people think. Does coaching matter in professional basketball?
Yeah, I think these dudes just play based off pure chemistry. I'm faster, I'm bigger, I'm stronger. I'm gonna get to the line. I'm gonna put you in foul trouble. I'm gonna take advantage of when you're in the penalty, and we're just gonna make more shots than you. I think that's what I'm observing as a basketball fan.
Got you. Dang, that brings us back to the whole debate about NFL versus NBA and the skill level. They would say that NFL is more attributes. If you're bigger, stronger, faster, you will have the advantage. But you gotta be smart and you gotta know how to play.
IQ matters.
IQ matters. In basketball, it was skill and like height. If you're taller, and you have to be more skilled to play basketball. It's less people. It's 5-on-5. Less people on the court. Shorter court. Basketball goal. You gotta know how to shoot, dunk. Right angle, stuff like that. So, I'd be interested to touch back on that one. That's
Yeah. I mean,
now that you're saying that.
the most difficult sport out of the two to play, I would say, is football. I don't think
say
it's even
basketball.
close. I don't even think it's close.
I say basketball, bro.
Why are you saying basketball?
Because it requires more skill.
What skill does basketball players require that football players don't necessarily require, or it's not as height?
So going back to, I think both sports require skill, right? But I think in basketball you have to have more skill. Like a lot of I think more basketball players can transition to football versus football transition to basketball. And we talked about this in one of the earlier podcasts. My thing is if you ever seen a football player try to play basketball, like they just look so uncoordinated, out of whack, can't dribble, don't know how to shoot. It just looks very weird. Versus if you have good footwork in basketball, you can go be a wide receiver or a DN to spin off somebody that's trying to block you or something like that. Like I just think the skill level for what the sport is. Now, when you talk about IQ, that's a lot different. Certain positions, quarterbacks, you can't just be a quarterback off all willy-nilly. Hell, people that play the game good just can't be quarterbacks all willy-nilly. So, but wide receivers run, jump, push, and tackle. Like, I mean, it requires a skill, but like, I don't think as much as basketball.
I don't know, bro. Like football.
But what's your take on it? Go ahead.
Football is a game of chess in a real way, bro. I think in many ways,
Basketball
like
the same.
the it's always offensive coordinator playing against defensive coordinator, right? It's putting your players in position to make plays.
That's more on the coach's side, though.
But you got to keep in mind, it's all the same thing as the sport, right?
Coach's
it's making sure that you're leveraging weight, like because at the end of the day, like it's the same reason why you have like a Turpin, which is the wide receiver / kick return from Cowboys, or Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Like somebody that size can still be as productive, right? So you use size, weight, speed to your advantage, and you maximize that. And you're talking about
meanwhile, all them boys you gonna name hooped, and they rather chose football because it's easier.
I wouldn't even say it's easy. I think it has a lot to do with even like from a tackling perspective versus layup. You think it's easier to make a tackle than it is to layup?
If you're in the right position?
Fuck no. You bugging, bro. You think it's easier to make a tackle than to make a layup, bro?
If you're in the right position, bro. That's where the weight and all that comes. It's harder to tackle Derrick Henry than it is to tackle Deuce Vaughn from the LSU or something like that. Yeah.
That's tackling Derrick Henry, the size, I don't even think the size really matters.
Man, yes, it does, bro.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it doesn't. I say it doesn't really.
No Diddy, bro. Because when you said that sounded kind of bad, bro.
No Diddy. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying it doesn't really, right? So using the equal comparison, tackling Derrick Henry would be equivalent to making a layup on Wemby.
No,
you don't think that would be?
But yeah, but that's almost impossible, man.
That's what we saying. We saying, is it more possible to tackle Derrick Henry, or is it more possible to make a layup on Wemby? And I'm saying it's easier to tackle Derrick Henry than it is to lay up on Wemby. That's what I'm saying.
No, you just said the opposite. Because that means.
No, I'm sorry. I'm saying it's easier to lay up on Wemby than to tackle Derrick Henry. That's what I'm saying.
All right, switch Wemby out for Shaq. Is it the same?
I'm taking putting up a layup on Shaq in his prime over tackling Derrick Henry in his prime. I'm taking that.
Man, you tripping. It depends on who doing the layup. If it's Jordan or Kobe, then Shaq probably get laid. If it's who one of the top hitters in the NFL, you know, now.
We'll talk. I'm an Eagles fan. We'll go Brian Dawkins in his prime. Brian Dawkins versus Derrick Henry.
He coming up. He coming up smacking that
prime.
boy. He coming up smacking
versus
that boy.
Jordan getting to the basket against Shaq in his prime. Who we talking about a layup versus tackle?
Man,
who
Brian,
you think is gonna be easier to actually knock out their opponent?
What you saying knocking out? But Ed Reed coming down hitting, or Brian Dawkins coming down hitting. I think he ain't running them over and finna keep going. It probably gonna be a collision like cars. Both of them go down.
Nah,
you don't think so?
It's difficult to make a tackle, bro. I play outside linebacker / strong safety in high school. Granted, I did on the high school level, but I did on high school level in South Florida, so we play some dogs. And I can honestly tell you that the art of tackling is not as easy as you think.
I'm not saying it's easy, bro. You making it seem like it's the most difficult thing in the world, though. If you saying head up, like if a play being ran, people shoot the gaps, people come down and hit, bro, you can tackle somebody. Now, if it's Derrick Henry running full speed at you and you running full speed at Derrick Henry, just y'all one-on-one, that's a little different.
All I'm saying is, and I'm going to give you an example and I'm going to leave it at this. I'm saying is it's easier to make a layup on the NBA level than it is to make a tackle on the NFL level.
Because of your skill.
Because of how difficult the sports are from each other. I think football is a more difficult sport than basketball. That's the point I'm making. Because even when you're watching a football game, how many missed tackles do you see in a football game versus how many missed layups do you see in a basketball game? It's not even close.
But I think it's because of the skill, bro. By the time you get to the NBA, the level you have to know how to make a layup is way more difficult than people going to the NFL to make a tackle.
We just have to disagree, bro.
Nah, but I mean, I think what's going to happen is the people on the football side going to say football harder. People on the basketball side going to say basketball harder, bro.
Yeah, because even when let's say, so I've never played running back, but I love the game of football, so it makes you study it, right? A running back is expected to, like, get past the first tackler. Like, that's expected, right? You see what I'm saying? When the player is drawn up and they leave somebody open to make a tackle, it's like, blockers are expected to block on the second and third level because you let him come through because the running back gonna take care of him.
Right.
Like that's how consistent they're expected to make tacklers miss.
But depending on the running back, so is that credit to the running back or the person tackling?
That's just really showing you how difficult tackling is.
It ain't, bro. Say I'm a running back that don't know how to cut back or shake the first defender. It could be Tom, Dick, and Harry who could tackle me. It ain't got to be somebody that's super, super skilled that'll tackle me. But if I'm Barry Sanders or somebody that's going to give you that move, shake, move, and this and that, bro, you could be the best tackler in the world and you won't be able to tackle them. But on the other side, it's like, if you know how to tackle and square up, you can tackle.
I'll take that a step further. I think the hardest running back to tackle is not necessarily the shifty running back, but it's the running back that's going north and south, that understands how to use his weight, and that could, really put a lick on you. Pause.
But you could chop them tight, or try.
Keyword try. These dudes leaping over people, bro. We just watched Saquon Barkley leap over somebody backwards.
Nah, I got you.
Bro.
Now Saquon will be another one that'll be hard.
What are you talking about, man? Talk about chop him. That's not happening. But I mean, that's another story for another day, bro.
Yeah. So all right. So we made the prediction about basketball. We're gonna see Monday night. Switching back over to NFL. AJ Brown, how you feel about your boy Philly guy?
I'm excited that AJ Brown is no longer an Eagle.
Damn.
Straight up.
He just won y'all a Super Bowl, bro. That's crazy.
He did not win us a Super Bowl.
He didn't win
Jalen
y'all that
Hurts
Super
won
Bowl?
that Super Bowl.
Oh man, I thought that
Straight
was
up.
AJ Brown being on the team.
I wanted AJ Brown traded even last year, bro. The thing about it is, like, it's clear that there's no chemistry there between AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, and that matters, bro. At the end of the day, there's only one football to go around, man. And this is a team sport. It's 11 guys on offense, 11 on defense, bro. They got to work together to actually put each other in positions to win. And, when you're on offense, you got to give the defense a lead to work with. If you're on defense, you got to give offenses some stops to work with. Bro, AJ Brown, after winning the Super Bowl, literally posted on social media, like, winning the Super Bowl is cool or whatever, but I realized that I cherish dominating more. Bro, in so many words, he pretty much saying, like, forget the Super Bowl shit. I'd be happy if I have a 2,000-yard season.
Bro,
every
we
year.
talked about this.
That's not a winning mentality, bro.
We talked about this already, and you yourself said sometimes when people be selfish or they want what they want, like they gonna go for that bread. This is one of those conversations we use on both sides. Like you just said about Austin Reeves. Oh, he might be worth it. So winning don't matter. He's selfish. You didn't say that with him.
But we're talking about
he won the Super Bowl.
Bro.
We talked about this.
No,
he won the Super Bowl.
He did not win the Super Bowl. He was on the Super Bowl team. There's a difference.
What I'm saying is he won a Super Bowl on a team is what I'm saying. The Super Bowl chase, that whole notion of getting to the top of the top is now out the window. Now it's about the money. You agreed before, bro.
And I get you on that. AJ Brown had already gotten paid though. AJ Brown was amongst the top paid wide receivers. Yeah.
Like,
he got paid right around when Tyreek Hill got paid. So
now
he
it's
was
about
like top 3, top 4.
So accolades, continuing your legacy, trying to chase the Hall of Fame or whatever they call it. He done won the Super Bowl now, so now he need to get maybe he won his gold jacket. Maybe he won't.
In my opinion, that's what makes him selfish. The fact that you got paid, they took care of you financially. After you got paid, you won a Super Bowl. Then your focus becomes, hey, I just want to dominate.
So again, what? All right. So the question is,
I don't want somebody like that on my team.
When is it okay to be selfish, bro? Because it sounds like sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Is it not okay? And you won the Super Bowl, you won the accolades, you got the 1,000-yard receiving.
I think it's okay to be selfish when you're talking about a one possession game, right? When we're talking about a possession, like if AJ Brown is saying, "Hey, we on the 5-yard line,"
clearly throw the ball to me.
Clearly, Saquon Barkley ain't going. The likelihood of because they're gonna pack the box because they know Saquon is back there.
Yeah.
Throw me a slant, throw me a fade, throw me a comeback. Let me win this game. It's okay to be selfish then. But for you to say that winning Super Bowl is cool or whatever, but I realize that I appreciate dominating, you're pretty much saying, forget all that. Run the offense through me consistently. Let me get mines, and whatever that outcome is, the outcome is. That's not a winning mentality. I can't get with that.
I got you. So you just want to be selfish as an Eagles fan. And you want to win more Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? The rest of this tenure. So y'all ain't got it.
Let me tell you something. That's what the game is about, bro. That's the difference between organization is how much have you won. Like, I don't want to rack up good regular seasons wins. Bro, I'm trying to win the big one.
Nah, I got you. I'm just messing with you.
Like, bro, in my lifetime, I watched the Eagles go to 4 Super Bowls and win 2. Not too many people can say that, bro, about their team.
So then stop being selfish, bro. Let somebody else win. You just made my point.
We just let somebody else win last couple of years. We not doing that no more.
All right. So we'll see. Russell Wilson officially retired after 14 seasons, and he will transition into his new career broadcaster with CBS. What's your feelings? What's your take?
This seems to be like the trajectory of all ex-players. I guess the bigger conversation is, did he do enough to be a Hall of Famer?
My first thought was it was the Sierra curse. I ain't gonna be messy today. Not today. Hold on. Let me see something real
quick. Bro,
quick.
Sierra took a straight shot. Like, what the hell does this have to do with Sierra?
I'm just saying, man. Let's see what's his career stats while we at it. But
Did
yeah, man.
Russell Wilson do enough to be a Hall of Famer? That's my first thoughts. I mean, but him being in broadcast, I mean, we see this all too often. I'm not
It
surprised.
says he concluded his 14 season NFL career with 46,966 passing yards, so almost 47,000. 353 passing touchdowns, 99.3 passer ratings, 5,500 rushing yards, and 31 rushing touchdowns. He led his teams to 121 and 80 and 1.
Two Super Bowls.
Interceptions 114.
2 Super Bowls, one Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. They were supposed to. Was that the year they were supposed to run it back? But then what you call it? They didn't get the
The second
call.
Super Bowl was the Malcolm Butler interception.
Yeah, the interception. Yeah.
But
Beast Mode was supposed to get the ball. Yeah.
Supposed to get the ball. Yeah.
He was a Pro Bowler 9 times. Historical milestones. First quarterback in NFL history to start a career with 9 consecutive winning seasons. Shoot. I mean, hey, just that alone, he might be. But Hall of Fame gets reset because a lot of these people that got in the past, they numbers ain't nothing compared to what's happening now. They always had an argument about people that surpassed, like Chad Ochocinco. Like the threshold used to be 10,000 receiving yards or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like once you get to a certain threshold, you kind of should have an automatic bid into it. But then now it's a lot of stuff where depending on if they like you, outside factors and stuff like that, ain't happening no more. So I don't know what you think.
I just pulled up the Hall of Fame quarterback. So right now there's 26 quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame. I'm not gonna read them all.
Yeah.
But I'll read the ones that I'll be honest with you, I ain't never really heard of.
The old head.
Sonny Jurgensen.
That's why I said it's getting reset, bro.
Bobby Lane. Otto Graham. Dan Fouts. Bob Waterfield.
Hey,
Norman Van Brocklin.
Not to cut you off, but you know
I
how
they
say
Russell Wilson probably had a better career than some of them niggas.
Nah, but you know how it's funny because this is far left field, but you know how they talked about last names pretty much was given to people from slave owners.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So if your last name Brown, Black, it was the Black plantation. Yeah. But his last name was Waterfield? Was it Waterfield, bro?
Bob Waterfield.
Like, what if it's a Waterfield plantation, bro? Like,
yeah. And technically his name probably was Robert, because I think Bob is short for Robert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, granted the quarterback position has changed so much, man. Back in the days, it was a run and gun offense. That's kind of what teams played. When Russell Wilson was in the league, and it got even worse after over the last 5 years or so, it's become a passing league. So it's hard to kind of compare his numbers to some of these OGs. So I just want to be fair to them by saying that. But I mean, I think Russell Wilson had a great impact on the game of on the position of quarterback. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer though, personally, but I think he had a pretty good impact on the quarterback position.
Yeah. I mean, when you start comparing and you're looking at the numbers, sometimes longevity gets you in there. We know that. 14 seasons as a quarterback is like
9 Pro Bowls, like stuff like that. Pro Bowls,
and most of the time you get all that in the front half of your career. The last couple of years is just you bouncing team to team, being a vet.
And a lot of these Pro Bowls are not true Pro Bowl selections.
Now I think for earlier it used to be. Now it's like a fan vote.
Yeah, now like there's so much that goes into the Pro Bowl. Yeah, there's so much that goes into the Pro Bowl that it could just be like somebody not going because they're in the Super Bowl, somebody not going because they don't want to go. They'll decline it.
So do you feel like
just add you on there?
So do you feel like a Pro Bowl accolade shouldn't even be listed when it comes to somebody's career anymore?
No, I'm not gonna say that. It
No.
matters.
No.
It definitely matters.
Nah, bro. So Shador got a Pro Bowl. When his career is said and done,
he was still a Pro Bowler.
Nah, bro. I don't think that.
Y'all think he's a legit Pro Bowler?
Not saying him. I'm just saying the dynamics of it and how it's selected now. It's like the Go to the second person. Oh, he don't want to go. Go to the third person. He don't want to go. All right, Brucein Pro Bowl. Brucein don't even play in the NFL. You got a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, I feel you. Because I remember when Huntley was the
bro,
he was
like the fifth,
from the Ravens. He was the backup quarterback for the Ravens.
Backup.
One year he made the Pro Bowl, and I was like, yeah, they bugging. They just passing out Pro Bowls at this point. They bugging.
Keep that same energy. So when Huntley finished his career, he gonna have a Pro Bowl on his
have a Pro Bowl on his jacket.
Yeah.
We gotta ask ourselves, was the nigga really a Pro Bowler? I'm not saying take it away from the nigga, but we know who got asterisks and we know who don't. You see what I'm saying?
They need to start doing that.
Yeah. So
so do you play Madden?
Bro, I haven't played a video game in like 15 years.
Oh yeah,
bro.
yeah, you're right. You said that. So but are you familiar with who was on the cover of Madden 27 this year?
Oh yeah. I saw everything going on. I saw Boosie acting a fool, man.
Bruh.
Boosie was wilding for that, man.
Nah, Boosie say a lot of stuff people want to say, bro.
You don't think Boosie was wild?
Nah, bro. They say Boosie be tripping, bro. Boosie say a lot of stuff people want to say.
So to catch people up to speed, Boosie essentially was pissed that Caleb Williams was on the cover of Madden with his fingernails painted. And everybody know that's Caleb Williams' styles. Just like that one dude, Jared McCain in basketball. These dudes just paint their fingernails now. And Boosie just went crazy. He's like, yo, we promoting the wrong things to our
Don't say it
youth.
like they just do that. Because Jared, you know what I'm saying? They is a little, you never know. Some people are a little suspect. You know what I'm saying? They hell of a hooper, hell of a football player. But that don't mean they ain't suspect, bro.
I don't know. I don't even know what the beef is, bro. Like, I mean,
ain't nobody say it was beef. People could speak their mind without having beef, bro.
That's fair. But this,
so you don't have you indifferent. Like you don't care that he's on the cover with fingernails his fingernails painted.
You talking about Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Nah, that don't bother me. It more so bothers me that Boosie is speaking on it out of everybody, because Boosie directly is insinuating that, yo, this is a bad look for the youth. Like, this dude is promoting feminism on a masculine figure, and we're showing this to our youth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at its core, that statement is stemming from homophobia, bro. That's where that statement is stemming, in my opinion. Because Boosie is the same dude that made a song, I like girls who like girls that attract me. Like,
so you going into the personals of the person. So it ain't the message, it's the messenger. If somebody, a straight person that wasn't living the lifestyle Boosie did, or didn't have two girls in the back seat,
let me tell you something.
It would have been okay.
This is the messenger.
All right.
It's like,
say that
essentially,
then.
we know what
that's
you
what I'm saying. He don't say nothing crazy.
You insinuating that like, yo, football is a masculine sport, and when we're promoting like what other people may perceive as a non-masculine thing within a masculine sport, and our youth is seeing this might be a trend, and it's going to further perpetuate this issue of masculinity that we feel like is fading amongst our youth already.
But I don't think
when it's coming from Boosie, it's coming from a homophobic space.
So it's the message, it's the messenger, not the message.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, Boosie isn't the only one with an opinion. He's just the loudest voice.
And I don't think there's anything wrong. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm with you. We have to get away from this idea that just because you don't support something,
no, for sure.
It means you're anti it. Because I don't agree with that at all. Like, I can say certain things I don't support. It's like Chick-fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A recently released a statement referencing, like, you know, why they don't do anything specifically for Pride Month. And Chick-fil-A pretty much, within their statement, they address like, hey, we respect people and their beliefs, but as for what we stand for as a Christian organization, this is not something that we stand for within our organization, but we respect people in their beliefs. So I understand that you don't necessarily have to be anti something in order to not support it. However, in Boosie's case, my nigga, you made a record I like girls who like girls that attract me.
They ain't
Like
got
you
nothing,
promoting lesbianism.
got nothing to do with males.
But that's what it is. It's homophobic. Let me tell you something.
Now I'm just playing.
If you're
But
promoting lesbianism, but insinuate being against something that you perceive to essentially, lack of a better word, is gay, then it's you just being homophobic, bro. I mean, just call it what it is. It is what it is.
So yeah, I was listening to Cam Newton. They touched on it a little bit about things that we would have never done in our days. Back in our day, it's different now. You know, times are different now. Things are more open. Things are more accepted per se. And that, you know, just you got to respect the changes is what he was getting at. Like, just because we wouldn't have did it don't mean it's not. Like, things that wasn't cool back then may be cool today. You know, that whole rock star punk life, like Young Thug and like some rappers, Lil Uzi and all them rappers that they say be suspect or whatever. Like, it's a whole lifestyle behind that some stuff. And that don't necessarily mean you gay. You know what I'm saying?
But to that point though, niggas was doing this back then.
And that's what he said. He was like, Jay-Z said, don't forget, like, Tupac had a nose ring. And Tupac also promoted Thug Life.
Dennis Rodman was doing this shit.
He had but it was far and few though. It was definitely far and few.
But it was happening though, bro.
Definitely,
to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it a step further. I think certain things like
it's who it is, bro. It depends on who it is. Bro. It's about who it is.
I think when you comfortable in your masculinity, you don't even think that deep into certain things.
For sure.
Like some dudes will go out there and get mani and pedicures and get clear coat on their nails. Like, you ask somebody like, yo, that's not something dudes just typically do. But somebody like, yo, I'm so comfortable in my masculinity, self-care matters to me. I need that. You see what I'm saying? But some people may look at that on some, bro, you bugging.
Bro, my line brothers had a hard down.
Bro.
Listen, bro, when we was I remember this was back 2012, 2013, bro. My line brothers, bro. Shout out to my 8 and my 19, bro. They hard down arguing at the fairgrounds about like mani pedicure shit, like men grooming themselves or whatever. So you know my 19, you know, he from the hood. Man, nigga, these bosses do this shit. Nigga, I go get my nail cleaned up. He always kept himself groomed up. And then 8, like, man, nah, bro. Men shouldn't be going to get that, bro. Like, nah, they were hard down arguing. But if you know the two people I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I already know. I ain't even gonna say no names, but I know
that's what I'm saying.
About.
Like, they was hard down arguing about the fight, bro. About like, nigga, man, old school gangsters, nigga, kept they self up. Like, it was real. Like, that joke got that serious, bro. The joke was so funny, bro.
The conversation, the underlining conversation can get so deep, bro.
Yeah,
it gets so deep because at the end of the day, we're just talking about self-care, bro. It's just it's just like some coaches believe that you don't line your hair, like you don't get shape ups, right? You don't get hairlines and stuff like that. It's like, nah, we don't do that. Like that's just not what we do in our culture. Like, they don't believe that. You see what I'm saying? But some coaches like, yo, keep yourself groomed. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with like shaving. Some people think it's weird for dudes to shave their armpits, their pubes, so on and so forth. And some people like, bro, why wouldn't I shave, bro? That's a hygiene thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just perspective, bro. But to question somebody's masculinity because of how they want to, you know, show up in this self-care space, I don't know, man. That's a stretch. That's a stretch, bro.
But I mean, it's one thing for you to do it and then for it to be promoted across the world. Like, you know how many? It's millions of copies of Madden that's gonna be sold, bro.
So I'm guessing you against it.
I mean, I'm indifferent. I don't give a damn. People do what they want to do. I'm just saying when people speak on it, it's like you can't. I guess you can't really say one way is the wrong way, but like you said, I think it goes back to the messenger. The messenger, bro.
It's just like,
because if Boosie is at the forefront of the topic of this, there's always gonna be people on the other side that's like, bro, for out of all this, you gonna say something. So now they arguing against Boosie and then lost the whole topic at hand. You know what I'm saying? Just like you kind of just did. Like you wasn't even talking about K. You talking more about Boosie than the cover of what we actually talking about.
Because, I mean, I guess what I got from Boosie... So, this is my takeaway from Boosie addressing Caleb Williams' nails. Essentially, what he's saying... Once again, this is just my interpretation of it. He's saying because of the millions and billions of copies of Madden sold, this image is destructive to the youth. That is pretty much what he's saying. The image of him on the cover with his nails painted.
Yeah.
My response to that is, Boosie, in
You've
my
been way
opinion,
more destructive. Yeah.
you've destroyed the youth way more than Caleb Williams has ever or will ever destroy the youth.
I'm with you on that.
And that's me just calling it what it is, right?
I got you.
Because the music that you put out there, the messaging that you put out there that people have been listening to, that's been on replay on the radio, that we still in the club, like, I pull up in the club, VIP, gas tank on E, but all drinks on me. Wipe me down. Like, bro, what kind of financial literacy are you pushing out there to the youth?
Hey, man, he was speaking...
You destroyed the youth way more than Caleb Williams has destroyed.
In college, we was all like that, bro. He just speaking on some real times, bro.
Bro, gas tank on E, but all drinks on me? Come on, bro. Like, financially, that's teaching the youth to be... like, not responsible, bro.
You be getting too deep into these lyrics, bro.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Lyrics, if we gonna talk about it, let's put it all on the table and talk about it. Like, Boosie, bro, at its core, it just comes off as a homophobic statement to me, bro. I'm gonna call it what it is. It just feels homophobic.
Like I said, we spoke more about Boosie than the actual topic at hand. What's gonna be the question to the viewers regarding this Madden cover? Do you approve or disapprove of the cover, fingernail polish cover?
I'm indifferent about it. I'm truly indifferent about it.
Not you. I'm talking about the audience. When we ask the question.
Yeah, we're gonna ask the audience because I believe your first teacher in the home is your parents, bro. Like, what you see out in the world, if your parents tell you what right from wrong is, or what's normal, what's not normal, or how you live your life according to y'all's belief. Like, as for me and my house, we worship the Lord, and this is what our manual, which is our Bible, tells us about how we should carry ourselves. You see what I'm saying? If you're coming from that place, then, like, it is what it is. The world is always going to have, like, these distractions, bro.
Got you. No, I got you. I just think there's a hidden agenda behind everything, bro. Like, everything be strategic. And I feel like everything before something get pushed out, bro, they had to have known what interest this going to draw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think everything just, like, ain't no mistake or coincidence, bro.
But what if
I don't believe in that.
What if the hidden agenda wasn't to be detrimental?
I'm not even saying anything. I'm not even saying the outcome of the hidden agenda. I'm just saying hidden agenda, period.
Because the thing about it is, because I know, like, McCain, the basketball player that paints his nails, I know he has endorsement
deals with paint is
everything. With cosmetic lines,
but he been doing that since college too.
Exactly. So what if Caleb Williams, and I don't know if Caleb Williams has
he has too,
endorsements.
I don't know.
What if it's just promoting, like, it's just promoting his brand? It's just like, it's the same reason why somebody would it's the same reason why Kawhi Leonard would take a picture with a New Balance shirt or New Balance shoes. Like, it's just a part of his brand. It's what's paying him.
I wonder why they chose him in the first place to be on the cover.
I feel like we've really seen just random covers. I mean,
who on 26?
I think
I don't even play Madden, bro.
I think what's the name? It was the jump over cover with Saquon?
Madden covers.
Or am I tripping?
Let me see who's been on the most recent.
Because the Madden curse is something that people talk about too, though. Because people I don't want to be on the cover because it's been on curse.
Saquon was 26, I think. What is? Oh yeah, San Francisco 49ers. McCaffrey was on 25. He got hurt. Let me see who else been on some. 22 was that? Oh, that's the MVP edition. So it's different editions. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Pat Mahomes 2020, Mike Vick. You going back to the old days.
Yeah. I remember 07 was Mike Vick. I was playing Madden in 07.
All right, so Madden covers. McCaffrey, Josh Allen was 24. John Madden was 23. Patrick Mahomes 22. Tom Brady 22. Different covers. Lamar Jackson was on 21. Pat Mahomes. He couldn't have been on. Pat Mahomes was on 2. It's been all up. Yeah. Deluxe edition was McCaffrey. Crazy boy from the Seahawks. Richard Sherman was on 15. 08 was Vince Young. Dang, went back. Yeah.
I think Sean Alexander was on 05.
That's a couple of Mad 26.
I think Ray Lewis was on 1.
Yeah. No, I'm looking
Madden
at.
cover has featured some dope people.
Your
A lot.
boy, Brown, Antonio Brown was on 19.
Yeah. Antonio Brown was on 19. Like I said, I ain't played a video game in like 15 years, bro.
But
No
yeah, I just
exaggeration.
be wondering if they like. I mean, I can understand if they look at MVPs, if they look at leaders in positions, people that broke records in a season. But I guess the upcoming. That's what I'm saying. It got to be something like. I wonder how his name came. Like, don't get me wrong, he had a good season or whatever, but like, how did he come about, or who were the other potential candidates to be on the cover? Is what I would guess.
I think going back to your point, the messaging, the hitting message, the motive. I think is they're wanting to
Find
possibly
somebody
make
different.
him a face of the NFL at some point. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because at
yeah,
the end of the day, you got to keep in mind. You got to keep in mind, like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is that dude right now, but Patrick Mahomes is slowly becoming the LeBron of the NFL.
yeah,
We're seeing different people come out and win the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is going on year 10. Caleb Williams is year 2. And, he's baby face, light skin, gives off this clean cut, no baby mama drama. Like, they're probably grooming him to be the face of the NFL. So I can easily see why they picked him.
yeah.
I can easily see why they picked him.
Yeah, man. So we'll see, bro. Like I said, everything be a topic for a week, 2 weeks, and then it dies down.
Yeah, shit crazy, bro.
What else going on in the news, man? You see the case with Rick Child? He was found not guilty of murder.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's your take on it?
Oof. Rick Child, that's the Asian dude, convenience store, right?
They chased the jet out, and they say he had a gun.
This is a sticky one, man. It's unfortunate that the kid died, man. Condolences to the family. Rest in peace to the kid. To me, it kind of reminds me of the George Zimmerman case.
Yep. That's exactly what I thought.
And what my biggest takeaway was with the George Zimmerman is charges matters. Like, you got to keep in mind, they went after him for murder.
Yeah, they should have did manslaughter.
Like charges matter, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta prove to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that these charges need to stick.
And the states are different too, I heard.
Murder in the first degree is premeditated. Like, if you can't prove that it was premeditated, it's not first degree.
Yeah.
Murder in the second degree is not necessarily premeditated, but the outcome of it has died. Somebody died.
Yeah.
If you can't prove that it wasn't premeditated, but somebody died as a result of that, it's pretty close to first degree. It's just intent.
Yeah. Manslaughter.
Where I think the charges that they should have went after him was manslaughter, right? Yeah. Manslaughter is saying that
there was intent wasn't to kill, but you did it.
Yeah, the intent wasn't to kill, but because of my reaction, somebody died. Like, the intent was to cause harm to a certain extent, but somebody just happened to die in the midst of that.
Right. Like, I didn't wake up that day trying to kill him.
Exactly, right? So I think if they would have went after him for manslaughter, I think he certainly would have been found guilty. But at the end of the day, as somebody who got a degree in criminal justice, bro, charges matter. I can honestly say that I don't think he was guilty of murder, but I think he was definitely guilty of manslaughter. So I think the jury got it right. It's just unfortunate. Like I said, same thing with Trayvon Martin. I don't think George Zimmerman should have been charged with murder. He should have been charged with manslaughter.
Nah, I don't know. George Zimmerman is a little different. His intent may have been to kill. He followed him. He did this. He went after him. It's different, I feel like. Well, it's the same but different. Like, I think George Zimmerman his intent might have been especially on the phone, they told him to stop, don't follow.
Yeah.
Like,
and he even said a statement like, they always get away with this.
Yeah.
So it's like you clearly try to be a hero beyond, you see what I'm saying? And it's a sensitive topic, bro, because a lot of people like come from emotions when it comes to stuff like that.
Sure,
Once again,
always.
I study criminal justice, bro, so I got to come from a factual perspective. He technically killed him. And from a mind who don't understand the law, that's murder.
Right.
But from somebody who understands the law and understand how the law works.
Right.
You can't charge him with first or second degree murder because you can't prove that
And
it
I
was his
was
intent to kill him.
so I'm with you. I'm with you on the aspect of everything. And I guess when it gets down to the charges, once people understand more about that, it'll make more sense. But yeah, I think I'm a preventative person. So for every action, there's a reaction. Had you not left the store to chase, then it wouldn't have happened. People are saying, "Oh, had he not had a gun, it wouldn't have happened." But I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
before it even got to that point, it wouldn't even been there. Before it even, in the store, he walked out. He put whatever he had taken out back, and he was walking out. They was going after him thinking he stole. Then they chased him, and they said what, about 130 yards. Like, at what point is the merchandise you just stop and be like, all right, they got away with 2 orders. If I see him again, he can't come back in the store type shit.
I mean, I don't know. I think the biggest thing with this case that the prosecutors essentially honed in on is like, why is a 14-year-old carrying a gun? Which
Yeah.
I get it. That don't mean he deserved to die.
But they didn't know he had the gun until the chase.
Which makes this Childs guy statement valid. Because if he's saying this dude turned around and pointed a gun at him, and they found a gun on his person, it's his word unfortunate to say, but it is what it is.
No, but his word against the dead person's word, but also like, self-defense wouldn't. If you're scared, self-defense would matter in a point of like, why would you chase someone you're scared? Why would you chase if you're afraid or if you're fending for your life? Why would you chase that? Had they known he had a gun before he left the store, would they have went after him, knowing he has a gun?
But that's the circumstances, right? And once again, I'm not arguing that. I'm really just looking at it from a law perspective.
Yeah.
Right? From a law perspective, before the shooting took place, it's a man chasing a kid out his store because he thought he stole whatever. The shooting took place because this man said that a gun was pulled, pointed at his child, and he was defending his child. That's why the shooting take place. He alleges that. You have somebody who is deceased, will never hear their side of the story, and then you have the facts. The facts is they found a gun on his person.
But could you look at it from a standpoint of why the guy chasing with a gun? Was his intent to kill, chasing him with the gun?
It's on both sides. Like, let me tell you something. It's on both sides.
Okay, because you got the background. You got the background, so I want to, you know what I'm saying?
Hear me out when I say this. What we do know is, I see why he has the gun as a homeowner. 9 times out of 10, he's of age to be a licensed and concealed gun owner. So I see why he has the gun.
To chase with
on his person. Hear me out. Once again, I'm not coming from an emotional perspective.
Yeah.
He is a licensed gun owner. Whether he's concealing it or open carry, he is a licensed gun owner. Your question is, why does both have a gun? Your question is, why does both have a gun? So he's licensed and he has a gun legally. The kid, I don't know no state where you can get a gun at 14 license.
Well, I'm speaking more of intent with it. So I understand you can have it.
But once again, we're talking about two scenarios. We're talking about a chasing scenario
with the
versus
gun.
The shooting scenario.
Right.
That's what makes it tricky, because these are 2 separate scenarios. Like, he didn't chase him with his gun out. He stopped, pulled his gun when he said that the kid pulled a gun and tried to shoot his son, and he shot him.
But could his intent have been, when I get up to this kid, I'm going to shoot him and kill him, and then I'm going to say I pulled it out.
That's the part you got to prove, bro.
Yeah, I got you. But he ain't here to prove it. That's what I'm saying. So I get what you're saying.
He innocent until proven guilty, and he wasn't proven guilty. And I'm not saying what he did was correct. Once again, I'm just coming from a factual place, putting my emotions to the side.
But I think when things like this happen, it resets upcoming cases and future cases, because now if that same scenario happens and the races change, can't you what do y'all do in law? Can't you subject another case that have happened in order to kind of like defend the case going on at a separate court hearing?
Bring another case into it?
Yeah,
no, you can't do that.
No. Like when certain federal things happen, when it says, "Oh, Brucein versus blah blah blah," this happened in this case, and this was the result. So if this happened similar, it was the same exact thing that's happening. You can kind of notate that have already happened to say, well, on one hand it happened this way, and if this is the exact same, you can't change how it is, right?
The only time you can reference a case is if there is a um, if there's a law that was signed in as a result of this case, like for
That's what
example,
I'm.
Brown versus the Board of Education,
Yeah.
like then you can reference that because that essentially references a case, but it also references why
A
we
law.
got here because
Yeah.
of this case. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's the only time you can do that. But you can't say, hey, in this instance, this dude was found not guilty. This is very similar, and how you gonna try to find him guilty? You see what I'm saying? Because
Unless it's federal, right?
the other people may that jury may
Or
not
law.
have gotten it right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I am surprised he was found not guilty, despite the fact that
Yeah.
I look at that facts and say the jury got it correct. I'm still surprised because there was like 5 black people on the jury.
Yeah. Five, and then they said it was 2 others. 5 black, 5 white, and 2 others. Yeah.
When you in that room deliberating,
Because they telling you they giving you the guidelines of what falls
charges.
under murder. Right.
This is what this means.
Yeah.
When you make your decision, you have to. Your decision is based on he intended to follow through with that, based on the facts that were presented in court. And like I said, I think it was manslaughter. He should have been charged with manslaughter, and he would have been found guilty because clearly, without a doubt, his action led to somebody dying. Whether it was intentional or not intentional, it still led to somebody dying.
Can they appeal and recharge him with manslaughter? Oh, they can't? It's over with?
Yeah, once you've been found not guilty, you could bring on civil suit. Civil suit is like, hey man, emotionally distressed. This has caused us this kind of money. But if anything, the child dude is probably gonna bring a civil suit against the city.
But like you said, what if they done got it? Well, I ain't say what if they got it wrong, but so they can't. So it's over with. They can't even go back after the man. None of that. It would have had to happen in that first trial, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if he brings suit against the city because now he ain't gonna be able to operate his business. Like people gonna be out there.
But wouldn't that be his doing though? Because he the one was involved.
But it's still though. It's like he can't conduct business.
What would the city owe?
Emotional distress.
Because of what?
For publicizing the case.
Well, but all stuff is publicized.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind when there's a level of coverage, when there's a level of exposure, like you see what I'm saying, like when you're like facts come out in court, right? So when you're saying that, hey, this happened at this convenience store or whatever the case may be, before you even get to court, it's like, he's already being judged from a like citizen perspective.
But
like
anybody could put that out. Me and you in different states, and if we got wind of a case, we can. If we had a big following, millions of people, we could put it out. Okay, he come after us and be like.
But if you prove that.
No, for sure. I'm just saying after it's proven, he can come after Bruce and be like, "I'm gonna sue you civilly because you got people thinking."
It depends. If I say something like, "Hey, this Shell gas station, this the dude that killed this person. Let's go over there and let's destroy his place."
I got you.
Yeah, he can sue me because now I provoked that. He can argue that I provoked whatever damage was caused to his property.
That boy ain't gonna be able to run nothing no more.
Yeah, and I agree. He ain't gonna be able to do shit.
He probably moved to a different area.
Apparently, this wasn't his first case with something similar.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier, I heard in South Carolina you can't bring in previous incidents until the current hearing or scope or something like that. Because he was involved with fighting the girls and pulled out a gun and stuff like that. There's other videos with him. So, but in South Carolina you can't use it. And that's like one of the blackest places. I know it's like racial, but like certain areas of South Carolina is blacker than black. Because I know Charlemagne the God always talk about, what I'm saying, South Carolina.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, I just think it's unfortunate. My heart goes out to the kid's family. I think the jurors did get it right based on the charges that were brought forth. But I also wish that, the legal team was more intentional about the charges.
Yeah.
At least, casting a wide net. Try to get a whole bunch of charges thrown his way and see what sticks. For you to just go after him for one charge.
Maybe they thought it was clear cut, bro. Watching the video, chasing. That's what it
is. It's like, especially when they selected the jury, they be like, yo, we got 5 black people on here. Ain't no way they're going to find them not guilty. But when you talk about the law is the law, fam.
Yeah. So speaking on that, what about the Carmelo and Metcalf, the kid who stabbed the kid under the tent at the track meet? That's what day 2 of the trial have already went. What you think about that one?
Uh, I think I haven't seen enough on that case to really
Yeah,
give an educated
I think he got a better chance
assessment.
of getting off.
But I think that's self defense, based on what I've read so far. Because what I've read is like
He was the other dude was the other kid was the aggressor.
they were in a track meet. They took refuge under a tent. I don't know if it was bad weather. I don't know what caused them to take
Yeah,
refuge
yeah,
under the
that's what it
same tent.
was. Yeah,
And they got into a verbal altercation. This dude was being the aggressor, and Carmelo Anthony essentially like, yo, if you touch me, like it's on type of thing. And dude charged at him, and he pulled out a pocket knife. And I saw what they were trying to argue on day one in court is like, oh, what is this kid doing with a pocket knife?
yeah.
Bro, first of all, that's so common, bro, especially in Texas, bro. Like, you're not about to argue that and win. People carry
That's
pocket
not like
knives.
that's not like a gun though, where
It
you
ain't
have
like
to
a
legally.
gun, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not like you can legally carry a pocket knife.
yeah, yeah.
And people just be having pocket knife, especially in like certain states. Like, it's just common for you to have a pocket knife. Like, so I think he's gonna get off. And to me, that would be the right call. Based on what I've read so far. I'm just surprised there's no video footage though.
Yeah, especially at these schools like that. You're right.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no video footage. So it is going to be he say, she say. But what's interesting about that case is there's an all-white jury for that case.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, I think it doesn't have to be unanimous. If it's like one or two person that's like on the fence, is a majority, or is you got to be unanimous, right?
Yeah, and I think that's where video footage come into play though, because like it's one thing for two people to argue something totally different, but it's another thing for us to see the video footage and see what's going on.
Oh, but even with the video, we just going back to the child. We on the video footage, they chased the man out to the.
He did, but the video footage also showed that he did not chase him holding a gun. At some point, he stopped. He stopped, got in a position, pulled his pistol, and then he fired. And he said between him stopping and him firing, the reason why is because this kid pulled a gun on him.
But he got shot in the back.
And that's the part.
First they say he dropped the gun, then they say he pulled it, but then he got shot in the back. So he's still retreating after the gun hit the ground. That's what I'm saying, bro. Some stuff just.
And I hear you. So think about this, right? This plays out in two ways.
Yeah.
Either he really saw the gun via Buddy dropping it, and Buddy either tried to reach down and pick it up, because at this point he's just being chased. So he probably tried to reach down and pick it up, and then he probably like, oh, Buddy got a gun, stopped, and fired. So there's still an element of truth to what he's saying.
For sure.
Or it's completely true, and he shot him after seeing the gun.
We're not going back to that,
which is the reason why he dropped the gun.
Won't have the other side of it, but he got shot in the back, is what I'm saying. So even if he got the gun, he running away. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying either is right, but we're talking about facts, what was presented in court.
So do you think it'll play out better for Carmelo that there's no video evidence?
Not with an all-white jury.
So this is where the race gonna come in at if they feel like he killed.
I think race is definitely gonna come into play in this one.
How is it that they could select the all-white jury? It's not supposed to be diverse.
I mean, I blame
because don't the prosecutors, they get to select and let them know who stays.
Both attorneys have to agree on a jury.
I got you.
So I blame. Yeah, that's what I blame. Like unless you're that confident going into this case, like unless you got that much eyewitnesses that's gonna testify.
I wonder what he being charged for, because like you said, with the whole murder thing, he didn't wake up to murder somebody, just like kind of how you just said with the child thing. Like, it would have to be manslaughter, right?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It would have to be manslaughter.
What is his charge?
Because if you go to, if you look at, let me see
what his charges are.
It says murder charge continues. Let me see. Murder trial starts.
Yeah, first degree murder.
Yeah, there's no way they could. To your point, whatever he didn't.
Yeah, so they would have to prove it. And unless they about to pull out some information that
Like text messages or something.
Correlates with them having beef in school, having underlining problems.
Or
Like
if he
they
texts
didn't.
his homeboy and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go and do this," nah, bro. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
so
none of that.
they have to prove that first degree. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, once again, I didn't see any documents in court so far showing that that was it. It just seemed like this is somebody random he got into an altercation with. He pulled out a pocket knife and defended himself. So that's what I've been seeing so far. But we'll see how it plays out. But first degree, they got to prove that he intended. He went to that track meet intended to provoke a fight and kill. They have to prove that.
But now you're saying the jury can still say they think he did?
They would have to prove that it's first degree. Like we got to see, like,
But
once again, charges matters, bro.
But what I'm saying is when I first said it, you said all white jury. They can still get read the guidelines of first degree and then choose to be like, yeah, he did it.
yeah. Essentially,
I mean, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So yeah, he charged with first degree, and it says Anthony faces count on first degree potential if convicted, facing 5 to 99 years in state prison. He pleaded not guilty, which is his defense team is arguing he acted in self defense.
Yeah,
but to your points, first degree has to be
intent. They have to show that he came to that track meet with the intention of killing this dude. That's what first degree murder is. You have to prove that his intent was to kill this dude at this track meet.
And it says
like
Metcalf was
there has to be an element of premeditation,
like you said earlier, degree. Right? And it said because some of the information is that the Metcalf boys was taunting him, telling him he better move, and then that's when he said, "Make me move," before stabbing him in the chest with a pocket knife. Like he kind of isn't that almost like warning or like, hey, you touch me, like, and I'm seeing.
I don't think that's first degree. I think that's self-defense.
No. I ain't saying it. Yeah, I'm just saying because then after taking heed to that, he still approached him and was the aggressor, and something happened.
Yeah, because I mean, if I'm putting myself in that scenario, because one thing I've heard or not heard in this case is like an element of him being with his boys, but I have heard an element of the deceased boy being with his brother.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like it was a 2-person versus 1-person conflict all along, which ended with somebody dying.
Right.
That's the information I've gathered so far.
So Carmelo could say he felt threatened for his life because they
said
that. The boy was 220, like 6'4", 6'5", or something like that, and Carmelo was 130, 5'8", or something like that, like the size difference.
Yeah, I think this plays out a little different than the child case.
Okay.
But I'm just surprised there's no video evidence though.
Yeah.
Unless there's video evidence.
I think there is, but I don't think it was clear. Yeah. I think it is. I don't think it was clear.
Because it's 2020. Well, at this time, it's like 2025. I'm like,
last year.
Everything is on camera, fam.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. But
yeah, man. See. Yeah, so this has been another one, man. Been a good one. We got a good one in. We're gonna get some guests on the pod next go round. We definitely got some good things upcoming. Gonna get some special guests to bring what they can some free game to people and things like that. So y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, follow, share, reshare, repost, answer the polls, participate, and let us know what y'all think.
Just like that, we out, man. That was a good episode. Y'all tap in.